So what shall we work on today? I feel a little bit devilish, don't you? Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from HooverLux. Wake up Furby. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, salam alaikum. Welcome to the channel, y'all. We are in October, can you believe it? And I think we are coming down to one of our final restoration videos. I've got the heater on over there. It's not too bad, I'm not having to wear a coat or anything, but yes, I've got the old trousers on today, so it's definitely a little bit cooler. So as I said in the beginning, I feel a little bit devilish, and as we've been working on these two lovely Hoover brush vacs, I think it's time that we take a look at this Dirt Devil. This is the Handy Zip, model number DD150Z Plus, 165 to 180 watts. Now I don't know why it varies in power, because it doesn't have a power variation. It's definitely a lot chunkier than the brush vacs, a lot heavier than the brush vacs, and as you can see, this is a dirty fan bagged little machine. So I do have some bags that'll fit on there absolutely perfectly, but I think it's time that we strip this down, give it a really good clean up, and give it a go. So without further ado, I'm going to get you guys a little bit closer. I'm going to stir my little latte macchiato and get cracking on this devil. That's better. Now you can see nice and clearly. Let me just unwind this cable, which is like spaghetti. Right, it's a very long cable on it. To remove this, and just gently just pull it off. I can't remember who gave me this. There we go. So that's the bag off. The bag is clean, so I'll put that to one side. Now I'm going to get myself a screw card. Dirt Devil. Okay. So crosshead. Okay, so we've got two screws here for the base plate. Now there's no belt on it. Oops. Okay, there's the brush roll. We'll deal with that later. I'm just looking for all the screws on it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this. Okay.
I don't think this has ever been opened before. All the screws are the same size, so that's good.
Have a little sip of coffee. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, what we have inside. So that's the, let me get my parts bucket. Got some washing up bowls from the pound shop. Right, there's nothing special on the inside of here that needs to come off. There's that. Quite a lot of dirt on it. Now the setup on it, the cord grip is actually incorporated there. So that's the cord grip, there's no separate cord grip on it. There we have the little suppressor. Here we have the switch. Let me get rid of some of this dust, and there's 4 screws then to take the body off. I don't know if that was a replacement one, but that seems a heck of a lot longer than the other ones. So I'm going to do it like this so I can see where it came from. I think maybe it was opened up at some point. I don't really know, and put a new screw in. Though it does match, so maybe maybe it hasn't. I don't know. Now we should be able to lift the motor out. Oh no, I can see one more screw down in here, a little hidden screw. Coming out very easy, why not? Ah, okay, there's another screw. Oh, this is for the motor cover, not the motor housing. So the motor is only held on right. Okay, so that's why it's a super long one, because it holds. okay. So I'm laying out the screw card. As it's laid out onto the machine. Okay, now it comes out free, and now we can see the other side of it. And we have the fan cover. Wow, it's all very simple. That will need sandblasting. And then the screws I'd taken off are actually the motor. Maybe you have to take this. How do you do that? I would really like to take this apart because the motor, I can see, is quite full of dust and crud. So there's the fan at the back. Here's the fan at the front. Now, how does one take the fan off? It's very stiff. It's very dry. The bearings on it definitely need a good. Or is this all one piece? Let me take a look. There is so much hair on the inside of this. Need to be able to twist this little thing. Oh, there we go. What I did was I put pressure down onto the rug and then twisted it and it came off. So there we go. Hey! Spindle, fan. That was a stroke of luck. That's that. Gently unstick this. There we go. It's a foam pad. Oops. Cover the inside of the motor housing. Here we have the motor. That's the other side of the motor housing. And here we have the little motor, which is absolutely dry as buggery. It's really stiff to move. The inside there is full of crud. Oops. Okay. I'm not going to be taking anything else apart. There's no rust on it or anything like that. It just needs a vacuum out, a blast with the air gun, and a bit of a wipe over and some lubricazione. I can see inside here is just full of crud. So it really needs a good blasting. Lots of fine dust on it. Right, okay, so I'm at a standstill for a moment, so let's just take the hair off this. Hang on a second, let me get... Can't find this, so I'm gonna have to use this instead. It's the stitch unpicking thing. I think it's in the... everything off that. That just needs a quick vacuum. That's fine. Now the thing I want to do with this while I've got it is to desuppressor it. Which I think is going to be very easy. One part of the suppressor is in this bit of the block. So I'm going to see if I can just remove... Oh, it's together, doesn't matter. Snip it off there at the base. Put that back in. Leads up to the suppressor and then goes into this. So I'm going to snip it off and just put a little bit more of tape on it. Just to cover it up. A bit of electrical tape. Okay, so there we go, desuppressed. Bloody little thing. Right, let me get these parts washed up. We'll get this blasted out and we'll give it a clean up and then we'll start putting it back together. Okay, so I also sandblasted the little brush roll and cleaned up the ends. Shows any particles of sand out of it. And that also cleaned up the brush roll as well and the brushes. And then we did the base plate and the motor cover. Right, okay, let's get you back on the bench. So that's the air blowing done and the sandblasting. They've come up looking a lot nicer. And I've even sandblasted the brush roll because that was a little bit manky and rusty as well. So what I'm going to do with this, because I can't get these ends off, I don't particularly want to try. I'm just going to drop a little bit of oil down the end of each cap. That's better than what it was, and I got rid of all. I sandblasted the wooden brush roll as well, and they come up looking nice. And so does the motor. The motor looks very nice as well now. Now this motor is very stiff to the touch, so in goes some oil to the bearings. And then we just start turning it. And then like magic, it moves again. Yay! Absolutely like magic. Put a little bit down in the bottom one. Teeny weeny bit more in the top. Give it another turn. Now that should sound a lot sweeter when it's being used now, because it was very stiff and now it moves very well. Tiny little carbon brushes on the inside, but they seem to be fine, and that's really good. Fantastic. And it's desuppressed. Yay, no more suppressor. Right, okay, I think we can start putting this beast back together now. That's the side we need. Start putting it all back. And where's the fan? There we go, there's the fan all nice and clean. Not many chips or marks on it, so that's very good. I need to vacuum off this, I forgot to do that. There we go, that looks better. Back on. Wow. I'm going to give the cable a clean.
Terribly knotted up.
That definitely needed cleaning. It always amazes me that how much dirt comes off the cable. Okay, now we can wire it back up. Put it back through on the grooves. That's there, that's there, that's there. Excellent. Right. Motor housing. There. There. The long one there, which goes through the casing and also into the body. That one goes in there. That one goes down there. Final one in there. Right, okay, so there we go. We got the body in. Moves a lot better. Now I must remember that when we put the top on, this must go on as well. There we go, the flap. And we start marrying up the two parts. Okay, everything fits together. We got all these screws which are the same. Well, the thing that I noticed that is kind of like what appears to me to be the Achilles heel is this handle, because the machine is rather heavy and this handle is rather weak. They could have made the plastic a bit thicker. To give it better support. This one seems a lot more like the Kirby vacuette. Compared to the other one. I wish as well they'd put a rubber seal around the entire thing to stop penetration of dust. would have helped a lot, but never mind. I'm doing these by hand because they are fragile. And there we go. We've got it back together. So let's plug it in. Well, that sounds a lot better than what it did. Still got a bit of a grating sound. But that does seem to not be so pronounced when the brush roll is on it. So here we have the brush roll that fits inside there. Now we need a belt. So I'm going to try a Kirby belt. Right, that was a faff and a half. None of the belts fitted. I had to rob a belt off one of the brush vacs, the Hoover brush vac, so I need to get some belts. So let's try it now. That's better. That works much better. There we go. Very, very good. Next thing we have to do now is put the bag back on. Actually, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a quick polish before I put the bag on. I'll just whip the polisher over it very quickly. So I think you'll agree that looks so much better now. Lovely and shiny. Let's get the bag on. Actually, I just noticed that there is a problem with the zip. It's come out on that side. Okay, just bear with me a second. That took a little bit longer than I was expecting. The zip on this was knackered, so what I've done, I have just sewn the zip up all the way around. We just have to take this off to get the bag off. I found a little bag, a lovely little what-you-call bag, but I'm going to just snip the corners off this to make it fit better. It's just a generic little bag I got. There we go, that's better. It's still got a lovely rubber seal on it. So we pop this on. There's a little clip on the side, so it should clip on nice and tight. Excellent. I'm going to feed the bag into it. And pull the rubber bag down over it. It's not going to be too much of a hassle to change it. Et voila! Done! That looks really good now. Let's plug it in. Let's give it a go. Okay, so the bag fills up nice. That's really good. I like that. Let's just try it with some bits. I've got a little bit of sawdust here I'll lay down. Let's see how it performs. Very well. A little bit of line in the middle. Let's pick up the rest. There we go. That didn't do too bad at all. I'm really happy with that. Really, really nice. Love it. All right, okay, so there we go. There's another one. Done and dusted. Let's wrap the cord around it. Nice long cord. Protected. So there we go. So there we go. That is everything nice and tidy. And we've refurbished these 3 brush vacs, and they definitely look a lot better than when we first started. But this is the oldest one that we have here in this lineup. But there is something else. Now, I've had this machine literally for over 2.5 years, and I've done absolutely nothing with it until now, carrying on with the brush vacs. And here it is. This is the Hoover model 2614B, made in Great Britain by Hoover Limited. The box is in fantastic condition, as you can see. Amazing. Trademark of Hoover Limited. Inside this machine we have a bag, a vacuum, and a dusting brush. This bag This machine was hardly used. It is in such good condition. This is, of course, the model 2614B, 230 to 250 volts, 140 watts of power, serial number MC231819, made by Hoover Great Britain Limited. This is the Hoover, basically the Hoover dustette. We just clip on the back like so. Clip on the front with the pip fitting, and there we go. There we have a straight suction version of these, and it is in such good condition. It does need a vacuum off because it's been sitting in that box for quite a while, but the box is in mint condition. This was probably maybe given as a wedding gift, but hardly if ever used. Not used much at all. It's still got all its rubber teeth in really good condition. So this is what we're going to be working on next, which is the Hoover dustette. I got it from a charity auction about 2.5 years ago, and obviously for security reasons they had cut the cable off, so I've never switched it on. I have absolutely no idea. I've never refurbed one of these, so it's given me the confidence from doing these three to be able to do this. So let's end the video. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Really nice to be able to clean and fix this up. Like I said, we're going to be working on this next, so join me for the next episode. Please comment, like and subscribe for more videos. Check out all my previous videos, see what's there, have a look through the playlists, share on social media. That helps me a lot, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, y'all.